Okay guys, so welcome back to the Code Military, and in this video we'll continue our Image Resizer project in React.js. Okay, so in the previous video we just saw that we have just successfully created the React app. Okay, and in this video I will just go and put upon some logic and some stuff so that our app could be completed. Okay, so let me just begin with the discussion of how these folders are useful. Okay, so as you create any React app, you get basically these three folders. That is, first one is node modules, second is public, and third is src. So the node modules contains all the libraries. Okay, all the libraries now you can see here, right? It will all contain babel, also it will contain react.js and all other libraries, right? And the public folder contain basically the static files that are not going to change, like index.html and some png files that are going to be static on the website, right? And in the src folder, which is a source folder, and it contains all the components, as you are well aware, must be knowing that react is basically known for component based rendering, right? So src folder contains all the main logic, right? In this we can create our components, and it includes the app.js, which is the main application file, right? And there is a index.js, right? So these two files are very important, and so you have to know about it little bit. Okay, so we'll just begin by just adding up one thing. Is just control C, right? Let me just clear the terminal screen. Okay, now it is more visible to you, right? So we'll just firstly install bootstrap. So for installing bootstrap, I will write npm I for install, and then bootstrap, right guys? And for just press enter. Now the bootstrap will be installed inside your system. If it is already installed, then it will be updated, right? So you can see that it shows updated. Okay, so since I've already installed in my system, so it's update. Okay, so let's go back to our source folder, and for this project we'll create a component folder in which we'll create all the components required. So we'll just click on src and create new folder. So, and the folder name would be our components, right? And in the components folder we'll create a component that will be image compressor, okay, dot jsx. JSX basically stands for JavaScript HTML, and it can contain both JavaScript and HTML simultaneously, right? So JSX is the just .jsx is the extension. You can check anywhere. Okay, JavaScript HTML. Okay, so our main logic will be written in this file, and we'll use that logic to create our app. So in just go to app.js and just look it out what is given here. Okay, so all these things. So okay, so let's just go back to browser, and currently now you are seeing this screen, but we'll change it so that we can use it for our app. So I will just erase all the things that are going to return in this app.js, just clear it all. Okay, uh, and let me also clear it, right? And for that we'll create our own app. For that I will use arrow function. You can use direct function method, that's too correct, but I'll prefer arrow function here. So I'll write app, and app to be equal to an arrow function, right? Now this, and we'll create a tag. Okay, for creating a tag we have to make a class, right, component. So let's go to component folder, and in the app compressor dot the app compressor.js will just create a component. Now you can see, is there a component option in the react, right? Just go to component and press enter. It will directly import component for react, and you can create component, right? So we'll not include like this. We'll just say export export default. We'll write export default and the component name will be image, let's say image compressor, right? And it will extend the react class react dot component, right? And it will just get right. So what is the problem here? Okay, we'll just miss the class keyword here, right? We'll write the class because every component is class. So we can have also have functional components, right? But we use class component, that would be much more better. So we'll write a simple return function here. For return, we have to use a functional interface, that is render. So render is the method in any class, right? It is a default method, and we have to write the logic, write the body of the render function. Okay, so it will, how to write the logic, just press to brackets here, small brackets, and then curly braces, and then we'll write return, right? So in return, what will we do? We'll just write make it like it. Okay, and we'll return a div. Okay, so for creating a div, let's say created a div, right? So now it's perfectly all right. It will return a div, and in this div, let's say h1, right? And in h1 we'll write hi. Let's save it. Okay, and let me just run it npm start, right? And you can see the app is starting, but it will still show the whole React app because we have not removed the app.js. Okay, and we'll just include image compressor. You can see image compressor class is available here, right? So we'll just press it, image compressor, and we'll provide a forward slash. Okay, for making it as a component. So okay, there is an error, react is not defined where compressor.js, right? So we don't need the this component, right? We'll just directly export, right? And we have to at least import the react thing. So we'll write import second from first. This is a code snippet that already comes, right? So we have to write impact sorry, import react from. So what is this? Let me explain. So react is basically a library, right? Where it is situated in the node modules, all the libraries installed, right? And from react library we are just extracting the react class, right? We are just importing the react class, and we are using this react class here. Okay, so it is basically a module. React is a module, and in that there are many classes. So one of the class of react module is component, right? So component, so this component will have this class image compressor will have all the component qualities, all the functions, okay, all the function interfaces, only if we extend by it react dot component, right? So let's just save it, and you can see compile with warnings means all the error is gone. Now let's just go back, and you can see there is a message hi there. Let me just refresh it. There also hi there. Okay, let me just close one tab, right? So you can see there is a hi there access. Okay, so now we can do changes here in the image compression dot jsx. Okay, and we'll now create our actual project. Okay, so first thing that I want to create is the background. Let me change the background, and let me give it a name. Okay, let me give it a name, image. Please, let me say compressor. Compressor is a good word. Image compressor. Okay, and now if you go there, you can see image compressor project. So let me just provide some class here. Class name text center. Let me just save it, and let's just go back, refresh it. Okay, it is not like that. Okay, no problem, we'll just add up later. Okay, So our main thing would be that we have to create a basic div. So I'll just write, give it is width md, let's say m5, which is bootstrap. Okay, and then we can create a div here, right? So let me just erase it, or yeah, let me just create the basic things first. First the y part. So in this div we'll give it, let's say, class name as text light, not text light, as a text dark for now, because it is widescreen, right? It is a bootstrap class, guys. Okay, and in this we'll give a h1 tag as three simple steps, right? Three simple steps. Okay, and after that we'll give a s2 tag, not s2, let's say s3. Okay, and the first step is upload your image, right? And the second step would be, as you saw in the previous video, in the preview of the project that we are going making. So second step would be to press compress button. So just click on, and this also will just make it very quickly. Click on compress, and the third step is that click on download it. Just be careful while typing, because it just senses the tags. Okay, now cool. So just save it, and now let's go to browser. Now you can see this is here, right? But we want this in the center of the page, right? So for that center, what we'll do, that we'll give some class name here like text star, and we'll give text center. Just save it, and it still be there, no issue. We'll just resolve it later, and then we'll create one more thing, that where to upload our image. So for that, what we'll do is that in the div, right, we'll create some other divs, right? If first, let it be first, because this is our not main logic. The main logic is not yet started now, but we have to create this for better understanding, so that we can implement our logic. Okay, class name. So class name will be row mt5. This is basically bootstrap styling that we are going to give. Okay, and then we can simply use card, bootstrap cards. For bootstrap cards we have to import bootstrap card, as we have already installed bootstrap in our app, so we can directly import it. Okay, so for importing that, just press I, just press imp, right? And it will give a suggestion, import second from first, right? So after that, you just need to import the card from bootstrap, right? For for doing that, we'll write card, right? And we'll write here create bootstrap, and then press slash forward slash, and we'll just use card, right? So this is done. Put a semicolon here and save it, and we'll use a card here in this div, right? So in this div, what we'll use card, right? So how to use card? We'll just use card, and we use card for showing the image that we have just uploaded. So for that we'll write card.img, right? So we'll write card.img, and we'll give certain class also for that, right? So class, let's say ht. Okay, and we'll give a few parameters like variant. What is the variant of the card? That will be our top variant, right? And we'll also give src, right. Let me just make it more clear. For that, let me just downwards, right. And we will give also a source. So for source, let's say any image on browser. I will just create, you know, some pixels dot, okay, pixels. Let's go to pixels. Pixels is a free, royalty free website where you can search for photos, right? So let me just click on upload. Let's say upload, and you can see upload. Let's just take a photo here. Okay, upload upload icon. Let's just check upload icon, and we can get, this is download icon. Let me just check it out. Okay, no problem. Let me just take this download button here, and we can just copy image address, and let's just save it here for a purpose. Just paste it, right. And the moment we paste it, right, let's just save it. And for saving, we have to close this card image tag. So for closing this card image tag, what we'll do, we'll just go press any close, and it will be automatically slash card image. Okay, so let's just save it. And now there is an error. Let's just go and check out what is the error. Okay, cannot resolve React Bootstrap card, right. So it is not able to resolve Bootstrap card. So why this is the error, just resolve it, right. So we'll just go and check whether it is available or not, React Bootstrap is installed or not in the node module. So let's just check it, and just make this down to React. Okay, so you can see here React, okay, React script, React catch. So you can see React Bootstrap is not yet installed. So we need to install React Bootstrap. So come to our VS Code terminal, and just press Ctrl C and 5, and let me just close it. Okay, let me just close the node modules. Okay, and we'll just install npm I React Bootstrap. Okay, it will take 1 or 2 minutes, and it will install this small library of React Bootstrap. Just wait for a minute. Okay, guys. So now it's installed. Let's just clear the terminal screen. And now I think the error would be gone. So just press npm start, and now you can see there is no error, right. So now we can now see that our React is loading. It is taking time because this is the size of the photo, right, and we are using it online. So there is little time in rendering. Okay, this I just showed for example. I will just update a nice photo, right. So okay, let's just commit it out, right, save it, right. So card image is done, and so we have to also create a download card, right, where we have to download. So what will we do is to first create a compress button, right. So for creating the compress button, we'll just put the this card image, and we'll just create another div for that. So let me just create a div. So I'll write div, enter, then you can see this tags. Okay, and in this div what we'll do is to create a input file, right. The where we'll just upload the file. So for uploading file, we have a special property in input, and the type would be file. Now this is right file, right? And then we also accept it as image, okay, slash and star, right? And then we'll give it as a class name. We'll just save it for, okay, let me just make it little more here. So I will just write up here accept, and class name as little styling to it, nothing else, empty 2 and btn. It will also give a button styling, because there will be button, click to upload, right? And dark, and we'll give a width as 75, right? Right. So this is done, and we'll also make a method here that on the moment we upload, there is some changes, and we are going to just upload that file for the reflecting this change and for compression. So we'll write here a method. So we'll write this method later on. Let me just check it whether it is available or not. We'll go to browser. Okay, so there is a problem. Unexpected token JSS 28.8. Just go back to VS Code 28.8. Okay, so what is the token? Okay, so this token, let me just remove this on chain, and let me just save it, right? So there is a problem of token of input file, right? So just save it, right? And now you can see there is choose file. The moment I click on choose file, there the file explorer opens, and we can choose from here, but just cancel it for now. And let me just make it more clear. So btn dark and w75, right? So what with the things, so we need to handle the file, right? For handling file, we'll just create a arrow function. So for arrow function, we'll just make a handle function. You can name it anything. I will just write the handle function. Okay, so handle function, in the handle function, what will exactly do, that will handle the file that is coming to us. So I'll write e for event, okay, and in this I will write const colon, not colon. Let me just write the name of the file. Okay, e is basically the file, right? The value of e is the file, right? Why value? Because the input type is, what is the input type? The type is file. So okay, so event dot target dot value is equal to file. Okay, so we'll just set e dot target, because e is event, target dot files, because the input type is file, we'll just pass it 0. By 0, there can be many files. You can select many files at a time, but it will only take one file. So it will just take the first index of that array, that is the first file, right? And it will just okay, so we have just taken the file and contained in a constant, that is image file. Okay, and we also need some state. So what basically state is, if you are new to React, then I will explain what is state. State is basically a container that contains all the data of your React application, right? So there can be many state. You can, state is basically a React hook you can use. So let me just define this state in constructor. Just build a constructor. You can see there is a constructor option. So you see constructor, and we'll make a constructor method. What constructor method will do, that whenever our component will be loaded, the constructor method will be automatically called, right? As the oops concept you must be knowing. So I will just write super. Okay, so and now I will create the state. So I will write, for creating the state, I will write this, means this class, okay, and this dot state is nothing, just container for carrying, for storing your data. Okay, so state, and I will create certain data. So first data will be our compressed link, and compressed link will be startingly just copy, or let me just make it. Okay, so for that we'll go to a cool site. Close this. Unsplash. Unsplash. Right. Unsplash is a site which gives a link for images. Right. So let me just check it out, and let me just upload uploader. Right. So we'll just uploader. Right. Upload a image. Okay, let me just take it out, and we can get the link of it. Right. So for getting link, just write here unsplash link. Okay, image API, right? Unsplash.com. Web link pictures, right? Create on the website links. Okay, just take copy image address. Just go to VS Code and just compress link. For now, it will be updated, right? So just to make this as okay, and also right. So now it's done. And the second state, that second information that we are going to use. Let me just minimize the screen a little bit. Okay, so okay, so the second state element or the data that we are going to use is original image. Okay, so original image would be nothing as for now. Okay, and let me also make it nothing. Okay, and we have to put a comma here, right? So after that, original image is also nothing, and original link, and let be also empty for now, and upload image. And upload image would be false, right? Let me just make it. Okay, so these four variables would store our image, and then compressed link. Okay, compressed link is basically the link from which we can download our compressed image, right? Original image is the original image. Okay, original image name, what we have just uploaded for compression. Okay, and our original link would be just a link for just an address of the uploaded photo, and upload image is just a boolean variable that will decide, that will tell whether the image is uploaded or not, right? So this is the state variables, and we have to create handle on basis of that. So the moment we upload a file, it will just change the state. So for changing the state, we have a method called set state, right? It's a pre-built method in React. So we'll just update the variables which are required. So whenever we upload a file, what we'll do is we'll just create a link for the original file that we uploaded for compression, right? So we'll write link, original link, and we'll use a URL create. You can see this option, create object URL. Just press it, and you will create URL for image file. Where is this image file coming from? This is the uploaded file, right? And it will create a address for the file, right, within this React app, right? So we'll just press a comma, and the next state, the next variable that we need to update is original image, which was earlier null, right? Not null but a empty string. So we'll just write as image file. Now this is the image file, right? And then output file name, what is basically output file name is we also just need to create one more thing, that is clicked will tell us whether the compress button is clicked or not, right? And initially it would be false, because the moment we upload the button, then only the compress button will be visible, right? So and also we set a state upload image, right? Upload image false. So the moment we upload an image, we'll set the upload image as true, right? Because we have just uploaded the image, right? This must to be done here, and just semicolon, and then we need to close this, and we'll also press a semicolon. Why? Because this is an error function. Let's just save it, right? There is no error, right? So we have just created handle function. Let me just comment it: for handling the uploaded image, right? And this is the state of variables of the app, right? So it will state, and then this is the render function, which will finally return what you see on the screen. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video till end, and I will continue in the next video, because this video is going to be very long. So I will just continue in the next video, and I'm surely going to finish this app in the next video. So thank you all. Just stay tuned to this playlist, and please subscribe my channel.